Hari Om. Hope and pray all of you are doing well. While I was reading through Pujya Gurudev's works, there's this pointer which brings our attention to the very aspect that born that we are, we exist. But having been born and continue to exist, are we dragging our 2 feet through the life? Or are we jumping with energy, contributing to that life of myself as well as to the people around, thereby being a celebration towards my own life as well as the reason for celebration for others around me? That is worthy enough to ponder. So Pujya Gurudev says, everybody who is born exists. It's only few that who live. Live from the perspective that there is a beautiful ideal that we are imbibing and expressing through our life. Thereby, it is an expression of a celebration. Now, how can one transform from that which has been given, which is we are born, we exist, to look at it in a simpler manner, though the statement itself looks very simple, is to be born and exist, we survive. Moment to moment, experience to experience, day to day, week to week. And why do we exist thus? For absence of any other mode, just surviving. In fact, I often mention this, when we ask somebody, how are you doing? The way people respond is often, chal raha hai, nadustundi, poinde irukku, chaal se. It often feels that we are dragging our 2 feet, and it is such a miserable experience that somehow I am trying to survive. Somehow I am trying to pull along. There's a dead weight. And further continuing on that note, we often blame the world, of course, blame the parents, blame the environment, blame the people, blame the circumstances. If not anything else, blame the stars. And then start complaining, why am I like this? I wish I could have been better. Why does this happen to me? These are the methods in which we find many of us are unwillingly dragged through life. How does one live? So it is not about surviving, but it is about thriving. The moment we hear thriving, immediately we jump to a conclusion that in order to thrive, I should be street smart, because street smartness often is used with a derogatory term. Street smart often is used with the meaning of deviative methods, wherein I become manipulative of the circumstances, people around, situations around, and somehow make the ends meet. And as long as I am not caught, I am not questioned, I call that as thriving in these days, in this day and age. That is the smartness expressing. Unwittingly, that is what people, parents, elders, well-wishers also think, that that is the smartest way to live. But in order to thrive, there are a couple of pointers that we should focus upon. One, am I living life in such a way that wherever I come, I bring happiness? Wherever I go, I bring that happiness and joy in such an exuberant way that it is my privilege to love and to be loved. To live, the first letter L is to be loving and to be loved. I, the next letter, is to live intelligently independent. It is not because of the world around, because of the experiences around, but in spite of those experiences, I can find myself to be so stable that I am not being tossed around here and there because of those experiences unfolding. But in spite of that, I can stay stable and steer my way through. For that, you need immense amount of intelligence. The buddhi has to be tuned to the higher, and to that higher buddhi, the mind has to be tuned in, and accordingly, the disciplined body has to be tuned into this mind, which executes, aiming for perfection, excelling the excellence every single time of our life, and that being dedicated to the highest. So, in spite of the world around, I am independent of it and I am intelligently weaving through, so that I am not scarring anybody or scaring anybody or being scarred by the life. Because through life, when we go through, at the end of the day, am I being a better person or a bitter person? That choice is each one of ours. And that is what I mean by living an intelligent life, independent. And that independent or independence is a choice that one has to make. To love and to be loved, to live intelligently independent, and such an individual brings a vibrance because they're living life vigilantly. Nothing is taken for granted. No one is taken for granted. No situation is taken for granted because they're constantly changing. Knowing this fact that everything is constantly changing, nothing is permanent, I don't take anything for granted. There is a certain amount of surrender that comes in to be able to accept things as they unfold. And in spite of these changes, to be able to be a solution to the life within and outside, that wherever I am going, I am thinking of bringing myself as a solution provider rather than someone who is seeking solutions, or even worse, being the problem itself. Am I being a part of that problem, or am I being a part of that solution? And the moment somebody reached out very recently, their mother passed away, father is remaining, has amnesia or dementia or something, and the children are living abroad. So to come into such environment, it is shocking, because now you are pulled, your family, your life, and your children, everything are in the other land. Your parent is here, parent has lost the beloved. So when they called, my first thing was, how are you going to provide for your parent? See, these are the institutions that I know of, wherein for such a situation, so they said, yes, Swamiji, we have been looking through that, and thank you for looking into the solution. Meaning, I am trying to put myself into their shoes, and if I were in their shoes, what would I be looking for as an immediate solution which will impact them on a long run, wherein they are assured that their loved ones are cared for, taken care. To put myself in that shoes and to think through for solutions. And that brings vibrancy, wherein I am not trying to make the world depend on me, but to make them independent so that they can also thrive. Vibrancy is not when I go into a place and have a gala time, party time, and after that my energy is gone, their energy is gone, then I need a break from that break. No, vibrancy is that every moment is lived, cherished. Even the tough times are seen, wherein how can I provide a solution? So to love and to be loved, to be intelligently independent, to be vigilant and vibrant, that I take nothing for granted, and wherever I am, to whoever I am interacting with, I don't become a problem, and I am being a part of the solution, and I am constantly thinking, living life as where can I bring in solutions. I am not boxed in a 8 to 5, but I think out of the box and live life wherein wherever I go, can I be a part of that solution. And then cherish or have the presence of mind and be available to each moment unfolding, to cherish and enjoy. It is not a pessimistic way of life, but a very positive attribute, wherein however trivial, however transitory, is my mind available, accessible to bask in those glorious moments. And it need not be something which I am going through, even if it is someone else's life, to make their life a celebration. And when they are celebrating, I silently witness it and cherish those moments. You go into the garden, there is flowers blossoming, there is a beautiful sunrise, there is the cows or the birds chirping, a cool breeze, a nice cup of coffee, enjoying those moments, but knowing very well that these are transitory, knowing it and cherishing it as they move on, so that the life moment to moment does not become burdensome, and there is nothing to lose, there is only to cherish. So such person thrives in life, not just drags two dirty feet trying to survive. And in order to shift from survival mode to thriving mode, an ideal is necessary. Even if it is one ideal. Second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the last 18 shlokas. Sixth chapter of Gita. Then the Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it enumerates qualities. 13th chapter, 20 qualities. I mean, I can go on. There are so many to pick from. Pick one ideal. Let that ideal be digested. Let you eat, talk, walk, breathe. Let it go through every nerve of your body. Let it become the blood of you. That it becomes the very second nature. Yudhishthira became Dharmaraja because of his commitment to Satyatva. Raja Satya Harishchandra, his very tag name is Satya. Dharmaraja is become Dharma. So when we are committed to that ideal, wherein that value is taken, understood, absorbed, digested thoroughly, and through thought, word, deed, that value expresses, making that value into a virtue. We often see people virtuous around, and we have an innate sense of respecting and revering that person because they have had the courage to translate that ideal into a value, value into a virtue. It is not just a mere bookish knowledge anymore. And then commit to every moment to be a solution, thrive, love and be loved. Intelligently, intricately go through life being independent. Bring vibrancy wherein you are the solution for everything that is happening around. And enjoy every moment while living to that highest moral, ethical standard called the value, the ideal. Such person cherishes every moment, and wherever they go bring joy, wherever they are a part of, they are looked forward to be interacted with. May we mold ourselves into such a cherishing personality wherein we are the solution providers rather than searching for trying to solve and resolve. There's nothing wrong in it, but let's evolve to that next stage so that we thrive rather than survive. Until the next time, take care. Hari Om.